Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Mystic Jen, and we are going to continue talking about what is going on in Ukraine. And I want to, before we get into the video itself, I want to let everybody know that I am going live today at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's New York time, and just so that you can gauge it, if you're on the other side of the pond, we are about 7 hours behind Ukraine, behind Kyiv. So 2 p.m. Eastern time will be 9 p.m. in Ukraine. Maybe that'll help you gauge of when I will be going live. I will be doing some free general readings, and then the paid readings by donation via PayPal or Super Chat gets a deeper read, gets asked questions, and moves to the top of the list. It's kind of how I roll with them. Okay, with that out of the way, I'm mad at myself this morning because I had dumbass disease and I tripped over the cord from my ring light and broke it. Now I have it rigged with painter's tape just to keep the cover over it. So it looks like I'm going to be purchasing a ring light this week. Okay, so now you get to hear my pitfalls. But now let's get into the content. I'm going to discuss a little bit of what I've learned that is currently going on. And then we are going to go to the card table and do some card slinging. Okay, so go grab yourself a cup of coffee. I've got mine here. This could be a longer video. Let's start with the aid going to Ukraine. Sorry, my cat is getting into something. I don't know how many of you have cats that when you ignore them, they find whatever they can to get into, right? Anyhow. Okay. Yeah, I got some notes here. As I thought would happen, Ukraine is holding. Okay? In fact, they are actually doing better than what I predicted. They're doing better than what Putin thought they would do, right? Okay? They're standing their own. Germany sent 1,000 anti-tank weapons and Stinger anti-tank missiles. Okay? Yesterday there was an entire column of Russian forces completely wiped out. And there were scout troops captured. That's good. Okay? Ukraine is on it. Ukraine is putting up one hell of a fucking fight here. Okay? And what I learned this morning, what has happened overnight while I was sleeping. I gotta get into my phone here. You know, that Face ID shit, okay? My son is very much into military tactics and keeping up on things. My other son used to be a U.S. Marine. But anyhow, other developments that have happened is, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I butcher pronunciations. And I say that all the time. I say that in my live when I see people's names. It's like, I'm sorry if I butcher your name. I'm sorry. But I do that. I butcher names. Anyhow. Kharkiv. 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 I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing it. But it is now under Ukrainian control. Yes. Under the control of Ukrainian armed forces. And there is a sweep going on there where the invaders are surrendering in masses. Yes. Russian troops are surrendering in masses. Ukraine is kicking some ass. Okay? Ukraine's taking some losses too. Don't get me wrong. But they're kicking ass. Okay? Now, Russian forces are attacking in piecemeal. Well, and not as a cohesive army. What Russia is trying to do right now is mimic the United States invasion of Kuwait and Iraq. Okay? When in the Gulf War, correct me if I'm wrong, leave a comment below, but I think that was in 2003. Okay? They're trying to mimic United States tactics. It's failing miserably. Why? Because they don't have the proper logistics. Okay? Very bad logistics. Piss poor logistics, as my son put it. Okay? A lot of units are black on food, ammo, and fuel. What that means is everybody that says Putin is such a great leader, okay, maybe he is, but who sends their troops into a foreign country on an invasion without food, without enough ammo, no supplies? So these Russian troops are left to scavenge the countryside, looking for their basic needs, for survival, even to eat, to have food. Come on. That's inhumane. Putin, that's inhumane. I don't agree with your invasion, but I definitely don't agree with you not sending your men with food. You're asking for your men to die. That's my message to Putin. How can you do that to your own men? Of course, Putin, he has Leo on his midhaven in his astrological chart with Pluto right there. Super fucking ego. Doesn't care about anybody but himself. Okay? Doesn't care about his people. And then, on top of it all, this is what's really terrible. Russian troops are committing war crimes. In the east, tanks are firing on buses full of civilians. And on top of that, they are firing on ambulances. Come on. Medical crews to give aid to the wounded. They're preventing ambulances and medical attention to these wounded people. Civilians. Not wounded fucking soldiers. Wounded civilians. Are you pissed off? Oh, I sure as fuck am. That... Oh my God. It's... Check and sabotage unit was killed and captured, riding around in an ambulance. So, we have fucking Russians riding around in an ambulance to kill other people because they killed the ambulance crew. For a hot minute when I was reading some of this shit, I felt a little bit sorry for the Russian troops because all they're doing is obeying Putin's orders. But you have to draw a line somewhere. Okay, so they're afraid that Putin's going to put them in front of a firing squad or something if they don't obey his orders. But someone in the Russian troops has to stand up and tell Putin, this ain't right. These are civilians. This so-called humanitarian invasion is not so humanitarian anymore now, is it? But that's what I've learned is going on right now. And I want to say kudos to Ukrainian leaders. Because their leader is brave. You don't see Putin on the front lines. You don't see Putin in the middle of the battle. But Ukrainian's leader, he says he refuses to go. He will not run. He's right there in the middle of Kyiv, in the middle of all the bullshit. He's right there. He knows if he gets captured, he's going to be killed. Putin's going to kill him. Okay? He's not worried about himself. He's worried about his people. That is a leader. Okay, now that I've gotten all that out, let's go to the reading table and let's do some card slinging. Okay, folks, before we begin, I am going to do some cleansing like I did yesterday. And while I'm doing this, if you like this content, please hit that thumbs up button. It tells YouTube that I'm putting out good content, no bullshit content. And it helps the YouTube algorithm. And YouTube will push this video out to all those that need to see this. Because those of you who are not in the dark realize that mainstream media is not going to tell you everything. I get some of my information from Spirit. Okay. Let's begin. As we cleanse this space and invite Spirit or anyone from the other side who wants to come through these cards. We're first going to take a look at what the latest is as far as what's going on. Yeah, this is going to get in the way. Sorry, folks. What's going on with Ukraine? We're going to get the latest energies. We're going to start there. Oh, dear Holy Spirit, angels, spirit guides, ascended masters of the pure white light, please guide this reading to give accurate information. Provide some hope to those who need it. Some peace of mind so these people are prepared for what is to come. What is, Spirit, the current energies surrounding the Ukrainian people and the Ukrainian armed forces and their leaders? What's going on with this invasion, please? What I'm going to do is I'm going to do Ukraine's energies and I'm going to do Russia's energies. Okay, Ukraine, we do have the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles is talking about losses, destitute. I feel like even some of the people of Ukraine might be scrambling. Three of Pentacles, but they're pulling together as a cohesive country. The Ukrainians are united, working together. And I'm seeing this wreath in this Three of Pentacles. This wreath is talking about the world, reminding me of the world also. And may I add that other countries, not just Germany and Lithuania, but several other countries have come together to provide defensive arms and supplies to the Ukrainians. And this card has all the zodiac signs on it. So this is a very, very unified energy. Despite the destitution and devastation that they have suffered already. Nine of Wands. But they have a stronghold. They are still holding strong here. Seven of Swords. Okay, they're going to be full of surprises. The swords are their strategies in this card. The traditional meaning of the Seven of Swords is lies and deception. Sneaking around. I do get this sneaky feeling here with the Ukrainians. They are very much protecting and hiding their strategies. And that is part of what has taken Putin by surprise. Thank you, Spirit. They're taking Putin by surprise. I can almost see, I'm picking this card up again, I can almost see the swords as scrolls of paper, battle plans in somebody's arms, going into a room. I am envisioning a table where they're laying everything out, push pins, markers, whatever, and they are mapping it out here. King of Cups. This could be Zelensky. This could, and I drew a blank when I was trying to think of his name when I was talking about him being brave and sticking it out and not fleeing Kyiv. At that part of the video, I did draw a blank, but Spirit just I just saw it in the crystal ball. He said Zelensky, okay, and I didn't have my crystal ball over on the other side of the room. But this is somebody who loves his people, who loves his country. He is leading them with heart, okay, but don't underestimate the King of Cups. The King of Cups has knowledge. Kings have knowledge no matter what suit they are. And they act. He is acting out of heart. Everything he does is for the love of his country. Knight of Wands. So, the Ukrainians are fighting a fierce battle. They're putting up a fierce fight. And they are full of passion. And here comes Spirit pouring down on me. I feel the buzz coming on me right now. They are full of passion. They are trusting in a higher power as well. They're following their leader. They're all full of passion, full of heart, protecting their freedom. You know, I see here that I'm looking for some, okay, this is not what I wanted to see. There is death and the moon. Oh! Death by night. So, what I'm seeing here is that Russian troops do not fight well at night is what I'm seeing. They're showing me this. Zelensky could do a surprise attack on Russia, on the troops, at night. This is a well-guarded secret. And this card, if you look here, it's a tarot reader. And this is telling me the Spirit is speaking. Speaking truth. Wow. This is the High Priestess. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Zelensky may even be receiving spiritual guidance. They're showing me that he is a very spiritual person. Very intuitive. I would have to look up his chart. I looked at Putin's. I'm not an astrologer. Let me make that clear. I know some basics. Okay, there's the Emperor. Yep, there we go. I feel as though there is going to be a counterattack. And they're mapping that out now. They're in the mapping room. I'm not going to say when this is going to be. Spirit did tell me. But just in case the wrong person watches this video, don't want to give a heads up to the other side. So please do respect that. But it's going to happen soon. There's going to be some kind of nighttime, what do they call it? I want to say operations. That's it. Operations. So there are these nighttime operations going on. Okay? Now, what I'm also picking up here is that we have Zelensky over here who is very much in it with his heart, his soul. We do have the High Priestess that came out. This came out after my battery died and I had to switch batteries and try to figure out where I left off at. But he's very much in tune with spirit. I feel he's very intuitive, very spiritual. Okay? He is being led by spirit as well. Okay? He has his faith in God or a higher power that he's got. I feel that I could see a band of angels surrounding Ukraine. And moving in on the opposing forces. But we do have Putin over here who is sitting back in his palace in Moscow. Okay? And we had the King of Pentacles come out. Correct me if I am wrong. I've never seen Putin smoke a cigar. Okay? But I had a vision when I was taking a shower of Putin sitting in a chair. And funny that there's a fireplace here because I kind of saw a fireplace. And sitting in a chair. It looked like an old style chair, maybe from the 1940s or something like that. And he was smoking something, either a cigar or a pipe. This here, this man has a pipe, but I could have sworn it was a cigar that Putin had. Just kind of sitting back, watching things happen, and not being really interactive. Okay? He's the emperor. He doesn't have to get involved, is his opinion. Meanwhile, we have Zelensky, who won't even flee Kyiv for protection. He knows he will be killed if he is captured. He's in there with his troops. Okay? He is leading with heart. And as I said, I see them holding their own. Okay? They are holding their own. Page of Wands. You know, one of the big differences in strategies and who's going to win, who's going to be defeated, etc. Well, in all actuality, nobody really wins because there is death. You know, there is loss of life. But the people of Ukraine are passionate about this cause. They're passionate about their freedom. The Russian troops aren't passionate about this. There's some of them even questioning, why are we doing this? But they won't speak it because they know if they speak up against this cause, against this invasion, Putin will have them shot. Okay? So they know that they are doomed no matter what. But they feel they have a fighting chance in battle more so than facing Putin for whatever Putin wants to call it, if he wants to call it treason or if he wants to call it whatever, because somebody spoke up. There is no freedom of speech in Russia. Okay? Not with Putin at the helm. But there's an uprising. There's even protests in Russia where people are being arrested for protesting this invasion. So there are Russian people out there that do not agree with this, and we're wondering, why are we going into our neighbors' territory? They were supposed to be our friends. Why are we doing this to the Ukrainian people? So there are Russians who are against this. But Putin is power hungry. Putin wants to restore the Soviet Union. But we're going to take a look at Russia's side of things in this conflict today. As I said, it looks like Ukraine is holding their own, and they're putting one fierce of a fight. Putin scratching his head right now, saying in his luxurious chair by his fireplace, saying, "What the fuck?" Okay? This is supposed to be an easy takeover. We were supposed to march in, take things over. And why are my troops still there? Why are we still fighting? I think Putin is asking that question. He did not expect such an outpour of support for Ukraine, because Ukraine is not part of the UN. They're not part of NATO. So they're standing there questioning, like, so Russia's saying, what the fuck, where's all the support coming from? You know, Putin's gonna get booted out. Yeah, I think he is. Putin bit off more than he can chew, I feel. That's what the Spirit's showing me. It's kind of a funny image that I'm seeing here in my crystal ball. Spirit is showing me, by the way, this is Lucy. For those that are new to my channel, my crystal ball's name is Lucy. Some of my other previous videos, I have talked about how she got her name. But anyhow, I'm being shown Putin with this big mouthful of food trying to chomp, and he can't chew it. It's like too much in his mouth. And they're trying to be a little bit comical. That's where they were showing me this, and I immediately thought he bit off more than he could chew. Okay, let's take a look at Putin. I want to take a look. That's specifically Putin and this invasion. You know, what's happening here on the Russian side. Okay, Three of Swords. Yepers. A lot of heartache, a lot of pain. Loss. Okay. He's feeling the pain right now because, wow, his troops are faltering. Ace of Swords. You know, I feel as though he is being faced with a painful truth. Okay? Judgment. Motherfucker, yes. Thank you, Spirit. He is going to be facing some fucking karma. His own fucking people are judging his character now. They're judging his strategies. They're judging his motives. He is under scrutiny right now. Wow. In his own country. Nice. He deserves that. Eight of Swords. Russian troops are trapped. This is what I'm talking about, folks. That band of angels I saw. And there's troops. They're going to close in on the Russians. Four of Wands. You know, some of these troops are wishing that they could go home. The world. Oh my God. Yes. World support. You know, the whole entire world has their eyes on this conflict. The whole entire world pouring out their love and support to the Ukrainians. Russia is by themselves. Russia is feeling alone. They're doing this alone. Eight of Swords energy. They don't have an ally. There's no ally to be had for them. Okay? So, the world is taking a stand against this. Two of Swords. Putin is conflicted right now mentally. He is being faced with a painful truth here. He knows he is trapped. He knows he bit off more than he could chew. But he's conflicted right now. Do I withdraw or do I keep my troops in there fighting? They're showing me that Putin is under pressure from his council to withdraw. Somebody might die by the sword. Here's something else that may or may not come up in the news, but it might come up in mainstream news in the upcoming days. Somebody is going to take a stance against Putin and say, listen, you got to withdraw your troops. And this is somebody within his own country. I feel like one of his advisors. And they're going to die by the sword. Because Putin doesn't want to hear it. He might be even closed off to advice right now. Closed-mindedness, 8 of Swords, 2 of Swords, closed-minded. 8 and 2 is 10. 10 of Swords energy. He's doomed. Page of Swords. He is watching the world as well of what everybody's doing. He may even be sitting on the fence waiting to see who's going to jump in this conflict before he makes his next moves. Okay? 8 of Swords is also talking about, to me, this 8 of Swords is very prominent in this reading. It's like the center card. And it's screaming to me about surrenders. The Russian troops surrendering. 7 of Cups. There is definitely confusion among the troops. Russian troops. Confusion in the country itself. Putin is actually confused and he's looking for clarity. But when somebody speaks up and says, listen, this is what you got to do, buddy. You got to withdraw here. And somebody may die by the sword. He may kill one of his own advisors because he doesn't want to hear what they have to say. 7 of Swords, along with the 6 of Wands. Putin still thinks he could pull this off. Damn! That's what this is about. Putin still thinks he could pull this the fuck off. Without regards to... He has absolutely no respect to life. None. Of course, we all know that. So, while the other side is meeting, he's coming up with a strategy, trying to rework his plans, I feel, as well. He thinks he's going to be, he's being sneaky. But his latest strategies that he's come up with is going to create a lot of chaos and confusion. He may go down in history as the dictator that caused the fall of Russia. He could. But he still feels he could be victorious. That's that ego. That's that Pluto in Leo on his midheaven. That's the top of his chart. Very pompous, very egotistical. He has a hell of a lot of ego going on here. Justice. Okay. Here's what's going to go down here, folks. When everything is said and done, he himself personally is going to be faced with war crimes and have to go up in front of the UN. Putin himself may end up captured. Now, troops are going to be ordered not to kill him unless they absolutely have to, as a last resort. It's like they want Putin alive. Let's go back in history to the Gulf War. This might be a mistake that Ukraine and the UN make. Because when you think back, I remember a story of an American soldier who had Saddam Hussein in his crosshairs. All he had to do was pull the trigger and Saddam Hussein would have been dead on the spot there. Okay? But that soldier was ordered not to shoot. And it took them a long time to find Hussein. Took them a long time to find him. Spirit's showing me this energy of, okay, Putin could escape capture. Remember, I've been saying all along, history repeating itself. Here we go. He could escape capture. And Spirit is showing me that what needs to be done is, if somebody gets Putin in their crosshairs, pull the fucking trigger. Pull it. Okay, so if you face some kind of court-martial or whatever because you ignore orders of not to pull that trigger, fuck authority. Pull the fucking trigger and take Putin out. This is what I'm saying, because history is repeating itself. If you want to change the course of history, if you want to change the end result, because I'm telling you, Putin's going to escape capture. He's going to go into hiding, just like Saddam Hussein. So, that's what I see happening with Putin. That's going to be his personal victory. He don't care about the rest of the country. He cares about his personal self. This is upcoming. But as of right now, he's suffering major losses with that Three of Swords. He's being faced with a painful truth that he may not win this. I feel that he may even be planning his escape route as we speak, in case he has to flee. Yeah, Three of Wands. Look at this card. It's too dark. Maybe I could zoom in on this when I edit the video. Three of Wands. There's the lights. There's the ships. Putin is already looking at foreign lands of where he's going to go. And I feel he's planning. He's planning ahead in case he has to escape. Okay? There's other messages coming through here. Okay, there's Ukraine, but there's two other countries here he's looking at as well. He's still confident he's going to win Ukraine, and then he's going to move on to two other territories after that. That's his current plan. But the other side of this card is also saying he's also got a plan of escape if his strategies fail him. Now, with that all said, folks, I do have a list of like 8 or 9 different countries that we will be looking into over the next few days. This video will be too long for me to get into those countries. Maybe this evening I will put something up. But I'm trying to keep current on what's going on, taking into account what they're saying in the news, and then seeing what Spirit is saying, where these news stories are leading, what's coming up next in this conflict. But I will get to those countries. These are countries that people, viewers, subscribers, have left comments wanting me to look into. That is coming. And I will probably break those down in part 1, part 2, because there's so many of them that I know I won't get them all out in one video. So with that said, folks, make sure you are subscribed. Make sure that notification bell is set. You don't want to miss a beat here. You don't want to miss one of these uploads. And a reminder about my live that I'm doing this afternoon. And I am going to be starting the March readings for each zodiac sign as well. So if you're interested in that, make sure you stay tuned. Okay, if you want to know what's going on with you personally, with your sign on a general scale, for your Sun, Rising, Moon, and Venus signs, that's coming up this coming week as well. Okay, I am going to end this video here. Still continue to keep the Ukrainians in your prayers, as I am. I'm going to continue lighting candles, praying, sending positive vibes, positive energies out there. I love the fact that the world has come together as a cohesive unit. You know, everybody putting their differences aside with this country or with that country, coming together on a common cause to help a peaceful country maintain their freedom and kick the bully out. That's what I view Putin as. He's a bully. Okay. I love each and every one of you, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart for subscribing, for all your comments, and for all the likes on my videos. You have no idea how much that means to me. And I will see you next time in the next video. God bless. Blessed be.